From the one and only, this is a Local 10 News Update, sponsored by FHIA, Florida Home Improvement Associates.
Good afternoon, South Florida. I'm Laren Livingston.
And I'm Stanella Sabovic. Here's a look at your top stories that we're following today. Developing right now, about a dozen guests are evacuated when a fire broke out at Motel 7 in North Miami. It happened on Northwest 7th Avenue near Northwest 134th Street. Firefighters were able to successfully put out the blaze, and about an hour and a half later, it was safe for guests to return back to their rooms. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. No one was hurt.
Police are looking for a woman from Utah who disappeared while here on a business trip in Fort Lauderdale. 37-year-old Kelly Glover was staying at the Westin Hotel. Detectives say she went out with a friend on Wednesday. They both returned to the room, but the next morning, Glover was nowhere to be found. Her husband flew down to South Florida immediately to help with the search, and surveillance video reportedly shows Glover going down a flight of stairs at the hotel around 2 o'clock in the morning Thursday, and that's the last time anyone saw her. If you have any information, you're encouraged to contact police immediately.
And developing today, a grief-stricken mother making an emotional plea for her daughter's killer to come forward. 22-year-old Melissa Gonzalez was shot on I-95 last week, and now police think she may have simply been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Detectives don't believe Gonzalez was targeted. Instead, they say it's likely she was struck by a stray bullet, possibly from a gunfight on a nearby street.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10.
New details on a man who was found shot outside of a Pizza Hut in Virginia Gardens. Police say the victim was actually shot a few blocks away at the Park Inn Airport Motel in Miami Springs. Then a family member drove him to the Pizza Hut restaurant at Northwest 36th Street and 57th Avenue. The victim is in the hospital and the gunman has been arrested. Detectives believe this was a domestic violence situation.
And as breaking news happens, we have you covered on air and online.
All you have to do is head over to local10.com for more local news coverage and updates. Take care.